So I'm going to keep this nice and easy, but basically these are the three types of muscles. We had some trouble with this. These are the three types of muscles that we have: skeletal, cardiac, and smooth. Those are the three types of muscles, not the three types of fibers. There's a difference. And I'm going to go to the next picture in about 10 seconds to show you the difference. But those are the three types of muscles, and we're going to go to the three types of fibers. So you've probably heard this multiple times before, but so if you see on this chart at the top, they don't have our slow oxidative, fast oxidative glycolytic, and our fast glycolytic muscle terms. They have what's known as type 1, type 2A, and type 2B. So that's a little more detailed than we actually got into, but type 1 are slow oxidative, type 2A are fast oxidative glycolytic, and type 2B are fast glycolytic. Now replay that if you want to, but that's a lot more detail than we went into. And hit the pause button right now and try to soak in this chart that I've put up and that you're looking at on your screen right now. Try to soak it in and try to understand what you're looking at and what we're trying to figure out here. So, but it's not as complicated as you think, because when someone asks you what type of muscle fiber are we looking at, basically we're talking about those three types: type 1, type 2A, or type 2B, which are slow oxidative, fast oxidative glycolytic, or fast glycolytic. So fast glycolytic are basically when someone takes the barbell and does a fast snatch and then drops it. That's it. Fast oxidative glycolytic is you watch the Olympics, someone runs the 100 meter. That's when those fibers will get engaged. And slow oxidative is when people run the marathon, and those that get engaged is when you get into that rhythm of they don't produce a lot of force, but they are very resilient to fatigue. So they are ready to keep pushing and pushing and pushing for hours on end. So you can run the marathon. So that's what basically it is. So when people ask you what three types of muscle are there, rewind to the beginning, just quickly look at that picture. You have cardiac muscle, you have skeletal muscle, you have smooth muscle. But when people ask you what type of muscle fibers, you can either answer with slow oxidative, which is type 1, type 2A, which is fast oxidative glycolytic, or type 2B, which is fast glycolytic. Now if you want to hear all that again, just to figure out fibers, muscle, which because there are three types of fibers, three types of muscle. So if you want to again hear that over, just replay that, and then you'll slowly get, because it's not complicated. It is very simple. It's just you gotta memorize between fibers and muscle. And when people ask you which three types, each type, three types of muscle or three types of fiber, you just gotta remember which list to go into. That's all the difference is. So try to soak in that chart that you're looking at right now. Look at which one fatigues the fastest, which type of fuel it runs on, like how fast glycolytic muscle runs on creatine, phosphate, while slow oxidative has a huge amount of myoglobin in it, which remember is the one that brings the oxidative oxygen into the muscle, and that allows the mitochondria to do the aerobic respiration, cellular respiration, and then Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, produces the ATP, produces the slow rhythmic force that you need for movement. So again, go ahead and hit replay, rewind, or pause right now to sort of just soak in that chart, because that chart is going to help you sort of understand fibers. When fibers, we're not talking about the three types of muscle. I think we got that down. It's just we wanted to go into fibers. So that's something that we want to get right for the finals. So yeah. So now you're thinking, why has it switched to a picture of a blurry picture of Marshawn Lynch when he played for the Seahawks a few seasons ago, well, multiple seasons ago, going beast mode and running through all of those New Orleans Saints players? And I'll tell you why. It's because I want you to think about it. When Marshawn Lynch did his beast mode thing with and eating all those Skittles and all that stuff, what muscle fibers do you think engaged and disengaged when he started from the 20-yard line, fumbled the ball, picked it back up? There's a wall of Saints players. Then he has to run through all of them. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for his agility running through, then a huge amount of force to just shove the guy out of the way, then keep running forward, then spinning, then moving, then stopping, then hitting the brakes, and full speed, then having to run 60 yards to make it to the end zone, and then slowly jogging the rest of the way because no one caught up with him because everyone fell down like bowling pins. What muscle fibers do you think got engaged when he was doing all his moves to get through all those Saints players, using his arms to shove them out of the way, using his legs to provide a huge amount of force to just run through them like a brick wall? So, what do you think was engaged during that time? I want you to think about that concept and what I just talked about in 5 minutes, the different type of fibers in our different types of muscles. When do you think slow oxidative fibers were engaged, if they were engaged at all? When do you think fast glycolytic fibers ran out and it moved to fast oxidative glycolytic fibers, or type 2B, type 2A fibers? See, even I made a mistake. It's still confusing. Type 2B are fast glycolytic, type 2A are fast oxidative glycolytic. When do you think type 2A fibers were engaged and type 2B fibers were disengaged? And did he ever switch to type 1 fibers in his body? When do you think all of that made sense? And do you ever think about that when you're watching professional football on TV? So I thought I'd just bring that up for a concept for you to think about as you walk away from this video. And I always think that's pretty cool that he made it through that and they actually won the game. So that's the end of this, and bye bye.